I'm Jackson.
And I'm Dylan.
And this is Wacky News.
Welcome to Wacky News. My name is Dylan. This is a podcast for kids, about kids, and presented to you by kids. My brother Jackson and I will share neat stories every week for you to discuss with your friends on the school bus, during lunch, or whenever you want.
Hi guys, it's me, Jackson. Welcome back to another episode of Wacky News. I can't believe we're on episode 20. Seriously, it feels like it was just yesterday that we recorded our very first episode. The next thing we know, we'll be celebrating episode 200. That will be cool. And speaking of cool, we have something cool planned for today's episode. That's right. On this Wacky Wednesday, we're going to reverse our roles. Instead of Jackson operating the Wacky News machine and me reporting the stories it prints out, I will be searching for news stories with the Wacky News machine, and Jackson will do the reporting. But, you know, Dylan, operating the Wacky News machine is not some easy task. It takes experience and skills. With a Z, you're totally a girl. You might not be able to handle it. I might not be able to handle what? Pushing the button that says push button for news story? Machine will do all the work? Right, Jackson, that was so hard. Beginner's luck. Anyway, let's see what the Wacky News machine has for us. OnDuty Dog. Dogs are pretty special animals, and they are cute and loyal. They can be very smart, and as such as I love dogs, I have also grown up being taught to respect dogs and their owners. That's right. If we see a dog we don't know, we never go right up and just start playing with it. We always ask its owner if it's okay to pet the dog. And if the owner says yes, we let the dog sniff our hands before we start petting him. It is best to hold out a closed fist. It makes your hand look a lot smaller and less scary. There are actually a good number of things to keep in mind when meeting a new dog. Like, don't make direct eye contact, as this can make the dogs feel threatened and in danger. And don't pet them on the head or back end. Petting on the shoulder, neck, or chest is a lot less threatening. So Dylan, we know what to do when you meet a new dog, but do you know what to do when you see a service dog? Actually, I don't. The same thing? Nope. First of all, it is important to know that service dogs are more than just pets, and they are also different from the other types of support dogs. This is true. Therapy dogs, for example, provide affection and comfort to people in hospitals, nursing homes, and other similar places. Emotional support dogs provide comfort and support to individuals with emotional problems like anxiety, depression, bipolar or mood disorders, panic attacks, and other psychological conditions. They can also ride in planes with their human for free, and they are allowed in any building, regardless of whether or not pets are allowed. Service dogs are also allowed on planes and in buildings with their master. They help with performing a function for a person that is limited by a disability. This includes things like mobility issues, blindness or vision impairment, hard of hearing or deafness, seizures, post-traumatic stress disorder, autism, epilepsy, and other physical or mental disabilities. Wow, that's a lot. A certified support dog has been extensively trained to do any number of things, like standing in front of their human to make sure no one gets too close, standing behind their human to let them know they are being protected, leaning on their human to keep their human in the present tense and not get lost in scary flashback memories of bad things that have happened to them, standing close to their human and paying close enough attention that if they detect a seizure coming on, they can alert their person, and being the ears of their deaf human. The Crockett Foundation, which supports U.S. military veterans and the service dogs that protect them, recently addressed the issue of what to do and how to act when you see a service dog. When a service dog is on duty, they are working. They are following a command from their handler, and you may or may not be able to tell that just by looking at the dog. Any distraction, even if you are just trying to be friendly because you love dogs, can prevent the service dog from doing its job. So how can we tell if we're looking at a service dog? A certified service dog will wear an official vest. This shows that the dog is, in fact, a trained service dog that is performing very specific duty. The best thing to do if you see a dog in a certified service dog vest, which is usually blue or red and says service dog on it, is to ask its owner if the dog is on duty. This can make all the difference in the world to the person who relies on that dog. And if the dog is off duty and the owner is okay with you petting it, you can go about treating the dog using some of the techniques we discussed earlier in the episode. Be sure to check out the Wacky News show notes at podcastplayground.com for more info about treating strange dogs correctly and safely, as well as pictures of some service dogs. And while you are there, you can also leave us a message on the Wacky request line. Tell us if there are any news topics you would like us to cover, or just share with us what you are going to be on Halloween.
Music for More is a really great charity organization that launched in 2009 with the goal of helping schools that don't have enough money or instruments to offer students a music program.
It's hard to believe that some schools don't even have music programs at all. Studies have proven that music helps kids in so many ways.
Those ways include being more engaged in school, developing creativity, better SAT scores, increased coordination, and so much more.
Music for More collects donated instruments from musicians and gives them to schools in need. They also hold a lot of special events like concerts and things to raise money for schools to improve their music programs.
For more information, go to music4more.com. That's musicformore.com, using just the number 4, not spelling it out.
And now it's time for Wacky Jokes! Why does Watto always wear stripes? Because he doesn't want to be spotted. What do you call an amusement park for prehistoric boars and pigs? Jurassic Pork. What happens to a frog's car when it breaks down? It gets towed away. Why does Humpty Dumpty love autumn? Because Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. What did the green grape say to the purple grape? Breathe, silly. Why did the school kids eat their homework? Because their teacher told them it was a piece of cake. And that's the end of episode 20. Thank you so much for listening. And if you haven't subscribed to Wacky News yet, be sure to go to podcastplayground.com to do so. And tell your friends and teachers about us too. And also subscribe to Toothy Trivia while you guys are there. No more rushing your brushing. That's it for today. Thank you so much. We'll be back on Friday.